What's up, Wall fam? Welcome to Around the Bases. I'm your host, Jack Haley. Call me Jackson. On the other end of the table is Scott Hammond. Call him the Don. Behind the cameras is our buddy Jeff giving us a hand today. And our assistant producer boy, Kyle, is also behind the camera helping us out. And Don, looky what we have here. Joey Falzone, Steven Falzone. The Falzone twins are back.
I can't believe we found these guys. I think, what, did we send some people out to L.A. to track them down? These guys are out of control. It's too difficult to pin down. I'm tired of dealing with their agents. I can't believe we finally got them.
Yeah, I tried to call to get a hold of these kids. Not only do I get a secretary, then I get an answering machine service. I mean, what's going on, guys? What did Around the Bases just catapult you to like higher ground? What's going on?
Kid, I don't know. Moving on to bigger and better things.
Well, we appreciate the personal favor of coming out and doing this show once again. Don't forget your roots.
Anyways, guys, for more information about Around the Bases, check us out at aroundthebases.net. That's aroundthebases.net. So, Don, the Twins are here to talk about baseball cards with us. Once again, you missed the show last year at a softball game.
That's true.
But
more important things were.
Now you're back. You got some butterflies and the presence of the Twins again. And Don, I wanted to kind of take you back a little bit, back in the time machine.
Okay.
To when the Don and I used to collect baseball cards.
Let's go back.
Now, back in 1989 was the first year Upper Deck actually made baseball cards. And if we look at the Ken Griffey Jr. card we have here, now, Twins, this is before your time. Yes. But, Don, this Ken Griffey Jr. baseball card, this kind of defined our generation of baseball card collecting.
It says it all. I mean, it really does. Ken Griffey Jr. was the most heralded young star to come along. I'm going to tell you guys a story about Ken Griffey Jr. You may not even have heard of Ken Griffey Jr. when you guys were growing up. For us, he was the most important player of our generation. All right?
Yep.
And so much so that I even had that goofy Seattle Mariners hat that he's wearing in that picture. Everyone our age who ever collected card has at least one of these. But most people will be like, I got 3 or 4, you know what I mean? And they just used to collect them and put them in their bureau or what have you. So this is an important card.
All right, so guys, as we talked about earlier, before we talk about the present, let's recognize the past. And Don, these 2 cards we're going to throw up here. Joey and Steven, this is once again before your time. But guys, 2 very impressive rookie cards from back in the day. Jose Canseco, 86 Donruss. Roger Clemens, that's his Topps rookie card. Now, of course, the Don and I, when we were growing up, these cards were worth a lot of money. Of course, the cards to get hot off the press. Joey and Steven, are these cards worth anything after the Mitchell report? Joey?
Basically, absolutely nothing. Close to,
wow.
Like, now they're like $5 cards, basically, as you could think, seeing they did steroids when they were playing.
So if the Don or I were to go onto eBay to try to get either of these rookie cards, $5 a piece, the Mitchell report really had that big of an impact?
Yeah, definitely. The Clemens is basically like at the $5. No, I mean, I'm sorry. The Canseco is at like $5 basically because everyone hates him. But the Clemens, there are still a lot of fans who believe he might not have done the steroids. But.
Now, is that real? Or is that a painted-on mustache? Because I feel like you should have known something was up when you saw that mustache back in 1987 or whenever his rookie card came out. So if that's real and that's not an error card, then we should have known a lot about Jose Canseco.
It's a little sketchy.
Sketchy character.
All right, awesome, guys. So we have addressed the past, guys. Let's move on to the future, to today's cards. We have a few 07 Topps 2008 Topps that we want to show off. Steven, we have a Dustin Pedroia and Jason Varitek 2008 Topps cards. Now, Steven, what do we think of the 08 Topps? What does the industry think of the 08 Topps?
I mean, everyone seems to love them. The design is really cool this year. The design at the top, you can see the team colors. So everyone really seems to be into them. And Topps is already one of the top baseball card companies. So the fact that they came out with such a great product this year, again, is just bringing people back.
Now, Don, I don't know if you knew this, but you guys will notice the autographs on the cards. Now, if the Don and I want to get these autographed at like a baseball game or something, some people might see that as a buzzkill, Don. I don't know about you. Now, Joey, I know in the industry that was kind of frowned on, right, when it first happened?
Yeah, a lot of people really aren't down with just the signatures on the bottom. Some of them are off a little bit, but I kind of like them.
Okay.
I'm liking them.
All right, hold on a second. What's the controversy here? Whether or not there's a signature? These are not real signatures, are they?
No, but everyone, like people who like to get the card signed, think it's kind of like if the card is signed, it kind of throws them off a little bit with the signature at the bottom.
Oh, I see.
guess I
So
could
you're
say.
not able to go now to Fenway, bring this card along with you, and get it signed by the real Dustin Pedroia.
Yeah.
So go find another card. It's a deal. At least now you'll know whether or not he's got a real good signature or not, right?
Yeah.
Going in.
Hey.
You know what it looks like, right?
Definitely. So, guys, we all remember last year on the baseball card show that there was this
Disgusting.
Derek Jeter card, 2007 Topps. The big controversy was, if you guys noticed, in the Yankees dugout, you see Mickey Mantle. And in the stands above Derek Jeter's bat, you'll notice George Bush. Now, Stephen they came out and said this was an accident, but it couldn't have been an accident.
They said it was an accident, but everyone really knows that they kind of did it to get publicity. I mean, how do you randomly throw George Bush and Mickey Mantle in a card of Derek Jeter? So everyone kind of, it was kind of cool. It's kind of a cool card to look at in the end, but just kind of Topps fooling around.
No, Topps has struck again this year, guys. In the Red Sox celebration card that we're showing right now. The Red Sox celebration card, I showed this to Don, guys. He almost threw up. You'll notice the very middle of the card, underneath the word Topps, it's Rudy Giuliani. Now, Don, as a Red Sox fan, does this offend you?
It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. I mean, to me, there's nothing more despicable than any type of lead. Can you get this card without a presidential candidate pretending to be in the huddle, or no?
Yeah, you can.
So you actually strive to find one with Rudy Giuliani bouncing around in there. I just think it's disgusting, frankly. I can't stand watching it.
Okay.
Was he there? He wasn't there. He didn't play on the team.
No.
He has no connection. He's from New York. If he was something like like a Massachusetts senator, maybe, but
It's true. So, Joey, let's show everybody some other 08 cards we have going on. What other 08 cards are there besides Topps? Let's move on to the Upper Deck. Now, Joey, what do the people think of Upper Deck? For Don and I, when we were growing up in the 90s, Upper Deck was a really big deal. They were one of the prettiest cards out there. Joey, go ahead, Don.
premier.
Yeah, the premier card of the Don and I's day. But, Joey, what do people think of Upper Deck in 2008?
People are really liking them, not as much as the Topps, but I'm just loving like the pictures on them. Like, how can you get it even like any better than that Manny picture? I mean, it just kind of sums it up.
Can we just all sit in silence for 3 seconds and just look at this card?
I don't think so. That'd be awkward. But so I really think that card's the coolest card. I want that card.
It is.
So I hope you guys don't plan on leaving here.
Yeah, they're just like everyone's loving the clean look, kind of like the basic. Everyone like for a while was trying to go for like the flashy look. They just kind of calmed it down a little bit. And everyone's liking it.
All right, sweet. Now, Stephen, when it comes to Topps, as you know, speaking of Rudy Giuliani, this is getting ridiculous.
This
Of
guy's all
course,
over
with
the
the
place.
election year coming up. Stephen, what is this card about? Rudy Giuliani's popping up in every set this year. Tell us about this card.
There's a card in Upper Deck. They call them presidential predictors, and they have them for each of the presidential candidates. And I guess it's just like, some of you may know Jeffrey Mayer robbing the home run taken away in I think it was a '96 ALCS.
Yep.
And they're kind of just ridiculing that. I know they have Obama as Bartman, Steve Bartman in
Ooh.
Wrigley. So I think all the trading companies seems to try to have a little fun with the presidential elections.